We now return to the Bob Huggins Show, presented by Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, the official restoration company of the Mountaineers.
Welcome back inside the Sprint Center. It's the moment you've been waiting for as we show you what it looked like on Friday night as West Virginia did get that victory over Oklahoma 69-67 and a chance to advance to tonight's game against Kansas for the championship of the Big 12 tournament. You know, Matt, it was such an exciting game really from start to finish. West Virginia played quite well, got up by a significant margin, had to ultimately then battle back as Oklahoma took a late lead, and then my goodness, with 1.8 seconds left, everything just go absolutely nuts.
Oh, it really did. But it was all started with Buddy Hield's shot with 1.8 seconds on the clock. Let's rewind it right before that. Jaysean Page hit a jump shot, a fadeaway jump shot that was critical. Put the Mountaineers up by a couple points, and then that's when Buddy Hield had the ball with 1.8 seconds left. A Mountaineer defender slipped up. He grabbed the ball, threw it up from half court, bank shot in. The entire place exploded. Everybody thought that Oklahoma was on its way to a victory. Hield jumped onto the scores table over there, and it was total mayhem. But you know what? They have replay for a reason. They checked it out, and the ball was in his fingertips. No good. West Virginia wins. It was really just one of those games that you couldn't write a better ending. It was everything that a fan wants out of a game. And the will to win for West Virginia was unbelievable. That's something that Bob Huggins was talking about after. He said this team's will to win is as good as he has had in his 30-plus years of coaching, which is saying a whole lot.
Yeah, well, you know what? We can go even farther back than that because that was obviously the moment. That was the lead of this story, if you will, as he didn't just jump onto the scorer's table. My man Buddy Hield was in the stands.
Yes,
he was out there with the fans. He was throwing his own party. And what's funny is then all of a sudden I heard WVU's pep band start to explode. And I thought, what did they just see up on that replay monitor?
Yeah.
So I got myself over here where WVU's players were hanging out. And as soon as they showed that replay up on the monitor one more time, the players were convinced they were going to win this game. They're going to take those points off the board.
Yeah, and they muddied the game up. You know, we were saying that after the TCU game. That's what they want to do. West Virginia does not want to play a pretty basketball game. They haven't been doing it all year. And obviously, Oklahoma is a very finesse team. They make a lot of shots, shoot a lot of three balls. But that was not the case tonight on Friday night. You know, West Virginia really got the press cranked all the way up in that first half. Like you said, a 12-point lead. Everything was clicking. Javon Carter was hitting shot after shot. And one thing I really wanted to add is that Jaysean Page has carried this team at times this season. I would say more often than at times, a bunch of games this season. He's the reason West Virginia has as many wins as they have. However, he didn't score until 10 minutes left in the second half. You want to say, wow, how was West Virginia even in this game if Jaysean Page doesn't score until late in the second half? Well, they had Javon Carter to thank for that.
Yeah, I thought it was over. He went into the crowd. He started celebrating like usual. That was a heck of a shot, man. But I seen everybody on the bench looking up at the replay, and they was like, nah, no good, no good. Once the coaches on the bench were saying no good, I was like, all right, it must be no good if they saying it because they seen the replay. So, and then they seen it again. Then I took a look up there and I seen it. So I was like, hey, it's no good.
Before we even left Morgantown, you know, this is a business trip, and you know, we came here to win the championship. So, like I said, we 2 down. We got 1 more to go, and try to go home, get some rest, and you know, be ready to leave it all out there tomorrow.
You know, Geoff, with a game like this, so many different storylines. But we already touched on it. Javon Carter, he's a player who has had some growing pains this year in his sophomore season. But really, when the play is the most critical, he is coming up with timely baskets and quite often. And he had a memorable interview with you afterward.
Yeah, you know, you could tell it was a very emotional time for him. As soon as it was said that the game would go to West Virginia, he pointed both hands up to the sky, and I believe I heard him say, thank you, thank you. So I asked him about that moment afterward, and he said that he was thinking about his grandmother. She passed away last May. Willie Lee Carter, he said she was like his mother, and he said that he felt like throughout this game, she was looking down on him.
She was fun to be around, always laughing, always making something a good situation. She was always helpful, helping everybody out, no matter what you need. And she never let you go hungry. She always made sure you was fed.
To get this tonight mean quite a bit more than?
Definitely. It means a lot.
So just an incredible moment for Carter, an incredible game with his 26 points and 6 3-pointers that he was able to drain in that game. awesome performance, awesome moment at the end as he found out the Buddy Hield shot did not count. So, Matt, now we get ready for the next game. Look at this. So far, West Virginia swept TCU in the regular season, beat them in the quarterfinal. They got swept by Oklahoma, beat them in the semifinal. Now you got a team that they went 1 up, 1 down during the regular season. Kansas awaits. Couldn't ask for a better matchup.
Yeah, it'll be a home court advantage for the Jayhawks. Like you said, Lawrence, not too far away. And every time Kansas has played in this building, it is about 90-10 ratio of Kansas fans. You know, the West Virginia fans that were in here were pretty loud. They were into the game, you know, like West Virginia fans are, and as we all know and love. But, you know, this is going to be a very interesting game because this is a Kansas team that is clicking on all cylinders right now. But so, too, is West Virginia, playing its best basketball at the most important time of the year. This is going to be a very interesting matchup to see how this press really does affect them.
And, you know, for both of us, I just want to ask all you folks back home in Morgantown, if West Virginia wins, if West Virginia loses, either way, please don't destroy Morgantown.
Don't.
Allow us a place to come home to when this is all over with. We have a flight booked for Sunday morning, and we'd like to come home and see that the place isn't in ashes or anything like that. So let's be smart. Let's celebrate heartily one way or another, but let's take care of our town. We love that place, don't we?
Very well said.
Yeah.
We love Morgantown. We both went to college there.
There you go.
We want to see it beautiful as it is.
Yeah, that's our home. Don't destroy it, but have some fun tonight. West Virginia and Kansas. More of the Bob Huggins Show coming up right after this.
We'll return with more of the Bob Huggins Show, presented by Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, the official restoration company of the Mountaineers.